Chris, you can tell that was not me doing that, because if it was, there'd probably sound like a hurricane or tornado going off in here with my big schnoz on my face.
The mic be gone.
What, my nose?
No, the mic.
Oh, well, that as well. So we did lose someone, unfortunately. The Castro trio turning back into a duo got
It's
a lot
dead.
less hairy, a lot less curly.
Yeah, a lot less curly. That's for sure.
But here we go. Infinity on the T side, Sharks on the CT. I guess a little...
I miss him so much.
Well, that's one of us. First little endeavor for us to see Sharks on Overpass. Well, I'm going to see him again right after this is done. Him and I are rooming together.
Oh, fair enough. Enjoy.
Only one bed, though, so I'll leave up to your imaginations. As Lucan already starts things off well. Sam going to be dropped in the playground. And look at this aggressive push out of them. The thing is, like, they've got nothing to lose. You even heard Leo say in the interview, we're already through to the finals. So I wouldn't be surprised to see just, like, all aggressive play out of them.
Yeah, they know it, we know it. The question is, do Infinity know it? Like, this could be at least a chance for them to get a series under their belt. Of course, they've already lost to the other two teams, so based on head-to-heads, they can't be going through. They will have to face off against relegation, which is unfortunate for them. Nice kill coming in from Malv. They got a second player to look for, and he'll find that frag as well. We are going to see some rotations coming in, actually, in the direction of the A site. But the bomb's not dedicated to that position just yet. In fact, we see Mayan now making his way back. The rest of the T's are going to go the long route around as they'll double back all the way through the spawn.
I think the thing is, Mayan's going to be able to spot them coming through, which will allow time for more rotations. You can see Leo is already here. Well, if he just checks right now, he's going to see them coming in. Oh, what a first shot coming through as well. He's going to go for the re-challenge as well, but he's getting shot up constantly. Flashbang comes through. He can't get much more than that. And Leo now left much towards the back of the side as JNT joins us quickly back into the respawn, and that will be the first round taken for Infinity.
Yeah, there was a few moments where that looked like that could go the Sharks' way, but I like the rotations. I like the calls coming out from the T side, and now with the pistol under their belt, they can get off to a stronger start at least. A few SMGs alongside the rifles and the CT side, just a singular flashbang.
Can we try something here, Tom? So,
oh dear.
We're going to cast, but you only get one word at a time. So that's Whose Line Is It Anyway? CSGO edition.
Okay.
You in? Is that a yes?
Sure.
Okay. Well,
CT
are
stacking
on
to
B
at
this
current
time.
The
T's
are
holding
for
a
push.
One
is
looking
towards
monster
where
the
majority
of
the
CTs
are
holding.
There
Is
a
push
about
to
come
raining
down
on
the
B
site.
37
seconds
left
on
the clock.
as you failed. Push gonna come in, and the CT side are ready and waiting, and they're actually gonna start to get these kills. Eventually, there is some stabilization, and it comes off the back of Malbs, who's looking for the ace. He runs out of bullets. He needs just one more. In fact, 1 HP is all that's left onto Mayan, and he will get that ace. A good cleanup from Malbs, but still a lot of damage done.
That's probably some of the best casting we've ever done, to be honest, until I had to go and mess it up at the end. But yeah, that's gonna be another round taken. They're only against USPs though, so the damage they did take was still honestly pretty insane, considering he still was able to pull off the ace to save the round for them. And now Sharks are gonna be forcing up into this round, so they went for the full save in the last. You can see the M4s bought across the board.
Yeah, it's looking like they're just going to try and brute force this one. Lots of utility being expended by the T side to try and force players out of position. Smoke going to have to go down just to keep Exit alive. And while it is going to be some early trades, Mayan's just trying to do it all on his own. A triple kill now for him. Maybe looking for an ace right back onto his T side opposition. They are looking to still push in this direction. Mayan gets the fourth. He's done so much for his team in this round, and the smoke even falls just before he would have been killed, and now Davies left into a 1 versus 3. Even just making things costly here could be valuable for his team. A bomb plant would be ideal, but if you look at the current position, it seems very unlikely.
I mean, he's got time. He could rotate back towards A if he really wanted to, and flank in from the backside of Sharks. A little bit surprised, actually, no one's going to be watching the potential flank. Oh, nice little shot comes through out of him. Unfortunately, he won't be able to catch out anyone else, and Lucan's going to shut the round down. Myron with 4, and the Sharks get on the board.
I am really looking forward to the future of him as an individual. Like, I wonder if he'll be the first, like, Argentinian player to break into one of those top couple of Brazilian teams. Like, if he can. Like, I don't know if they are just going to be, as said, sort of speaking a mixed language, or if the Brazilians know a bit of Spanish or vice versa. But if he can communicate, like, if this is how good he is currently at 17, I could easily see him in the future being in the likes of someone like Furia or MIBR, if he continues on this trajectory.
Someone will do to Sharks what Sharks did to Isris and just buy him out of the team.
Pretty much. Like, there's always a bigger fish or a bigger shark.
Look at that, 141 ADR for him. Lucan at 132. And even 156 for Mobs. Currently on 8 kills and only 1 death. He's been on one hell of a spree. Obviously the ace did help out. But here we go, back into the game. Sharks with 1 round. Infinity could be juggling the SGs to their appropriate players. They do have 3 players currently with head armor and rifles. And Spamsy and Mobs just going to be on the Deagles only. But they fully invested into this round, Tom. So Infinity need to take this round and, again, do it kind of cleanly if they can. Have a solid buy into the next.
Well, I do wonder if, like, brute forcing that B site more often might actually be the right call to make, because you have to realize that a lot of that round just came off to Mayan's fantastic positioning. The rest of the players on his team got absolutely owned. They were dead straight away, and then he gets 4 kills. So you can't rely on that all the time. Of course, as said, the youngster is someone who I expect to be a star within the future. He's already getting there now. But in reality, that's a lot of pressure if they are going to start continuing in that B direction. The only thing is this round, and something I expect to see quite often from the Sharks, they've gone aggressive. You got a Leo boosted up. He also has support ready and waiting for Mayan. If they do manage to get that far, he can spin his way out and peek into the tunnel. It's actually going to be Spamsy looking in that direction. Cruzen did have a better performance than we've seen in some of the prior maps. Exit is actually going to have the majority of pressure, but that could be more of a problem. The smoke's going to go down, and Mayan, he's blind, but he's managed to just lurk his way into the smoke, shoots off a couple of bullets that will give away his position at least, or should do, but it doesn't seem like they've spotted him, and, well, again, it might just be down to him, but again, he steps up, gets himself a double, leaves his teammates to finish off the remaining work, and Sharks have got their second on the board.
Yeah, slow round for Infinity to actually make the push towards the B side happen. They didn't really bait out too much utility, unfortunately. But again, that was the force-up. That was the 3 rifles with the head armor, the other 2 players with just Deagles, and unfortunately, not working out too well for them. So we should see Sharks with another round added to their tally. Up against just the Glocks. Full save in for Infinity. Even Exit's going to have the SMG with Myron to maybe make some extra cash. But where are they going to be going? So JNT holding connector. They've spotted him jumping in towards playground. And there's 1 player towards connector at the same time. It's going to be Cruzen, and Leo, I would imagine, should be able to get this kill. If he just looks towards that right-hand side, there we go. Quick and easy. And Lucan trying to just run away. He does get around the corner in time, it seems, but they're still chasing. He's able to do some damage, but not get any kills. Gun going to be picked up for the T side as Myron just jumps in as well. They don't expect a 3rd player to be there. Leo will get 2 to close it out, and Sharks will go up to 3.
Yeah, they at least managed to retrieve all the rifles, so all that is lost is the couple of SMGs. That's the one sort of positive of all of those battles going down within the toilets, but it's made things a bit costly. And we can see the buy coming in this round for the T side. Lucan looking to get aggressive once again. using the Molotov initially. They're going to double nade in. I like it. It's going to leave Sam on just 47 HP. They had to be a bit careful. I was worried that Spamsy might make a rotation round and catch them as they peeked into mid, but as of yet, nothing. Of course, even with the CT side not playing this map, you can still expect them to know the majority of the basics. We're still going to see a lot of aggression out from them. I think that's a good counter when you do have holes within your defense. Like, sometimes your synergy might not quite be there, or your rotations might not be great. So if you just take map control away from your opposition, especially if you are the favorite as they are, even if they hate to admit it in every single matchup, then you can sort of get away with things on the CT side. And going on to the T side as well, that's where I'm actually interested to see what Infinity have. That might be a little bit too much for Leo, though. Going all the way into the spawn, hands away the opener. Lucan can only trade one back, and there's some utility being expended by the CT side. But bear in mind that even the last round alone was enough cost to leave them in a position where if Infinity win, their money's in the bin.
Oh, J&T, some good timing on this. Gets the tags, but not the frags, unfortunately. And she caught Davies with a grenade out, but wasn't able to finish off the kill. Rotation gonna come in back towards CT spawn to help out. Exit got a lot to do here. There's a first, looking for number 2 towards long, but he's not able to quite do enough damage. But Meyer now alone. 2 players left to find. He got that kill on a cruise, and I feel like there was a real chance that Sharks could have pulled that off, but Infinity will take the round nonetheless and tie things up now at 3 apiece.
Yeah, they should be on to take the lead as well, because the CTs really don't have much money unless they're just going to try and risk it all and force spy up. But I think either way, there's not a great call for them here. Like, either they try and get a rifle or two and then just go for some pistols and, well, SMGs. Well, or they take the hit and then the next round by still isn't going to be great either. So they've risked it here. I'm not sure it's the right call, but we have seen a lot of force spies in the series we've seen from them so far. This man, I think, has a lot of those kills to his name. Lucan with the Deeg, so I'm happy to see that back in his hands as well.
Yeah, thinking back to Inferno yesterday. Had quite a few shots there to help net them that victory and net them their place into the finals. Joining Liquid, joining Evil Geniuses, joining MIBR. EU teams mixed in there as well, which I don't know them fully off the top of my head, though I know Heroic's one of them.
Heroic.
Astralis, I'm guessing.
Astralis, Na'Vi. Oh, what was the last one?
It's from the group just today, right? No,
Na'Vi was the group today.
Ooh. Well, while you think about it, Lucan's going to get caught off from the long push. Got a lot of angles to pretty much cover by himself, so kind of understandable that he did fall. And those holes in the weaknesses, or the holes in the defense of Sharks can be kind of seen just from how...
Oh, it was Mouse Balls. I thought Mouse was in my head, and then I doubted myself, and then it was Mouse Balls. So yeah, Mouse Balls, Heroic, Astralis, Na'Vi from EU.
Okay, so already a pretty decent lineup coming in.
Stacked, I would say. I'm excited to see Heroic actually at the LAN.
Yeah, with Cadian on the roster, is able to help give them a lot of success in recent times. Myron up close. MP9 only able to get 1. Damage has been done. J&T's going to be there to help assist. And look at this, time is running out. 8 seconds left. They need to get the bomb planted. Cruz is just going to have to stick it. Luckily for him, he's not being rushed down, or is he? Leo gets around the corner. Bomb will go down. J&T left against 2. Oh my gosh, they're so low, but he's not able to fight on 2 fronts, unfortunately. Infinity will take that lead, though it was costly.
Yeah, Cadian's awesome. Back to that. I actually, one of the first, well, I'll say first paid gigs I ever did, he was on the analyst desk. So I got to meet him very, very on in my casting career, and he is a very, very nice person. So I'm happy to see him on Heroic. I think that's a team that they get shuffled around so often because of teams buying them out, but they always seem to bounce back, which I have to say is very impressive. Like, considering how much success they managed to do with limited budget in comparison to a lot of the other teams. Like, they can just be bought out at any moment. Like Blame F, I think, was probably a bit of a surprise to them, the fact that he was just stolen by North America. Well, Sam at the moment, he's stealing stats. He's just got 2 kills in this round, which takes his tally to 3, which is a bit of a worry. Expect to see more from him on the CT side with that AWP. Well, I don't really expect any kills to be coming in this round for the CT side unless there is a pretty big mistake. Nice dink at least from JNT, but it is going to be a 5th round on the board for Infinity. So starting things off very well on the T side. It definitely, there's been some moments where I think like maybe the aggression has gone a little bit too far from Sharks and they have been caught out. But the T side have also been able to do quite well on the entries. Malbs as well, 14 and 4, really kicking it at the top of the board. And it's been him versus Mayan in the sort of early stages of this match, which for the CT side, you need someone else to step up with him. It's a little bit tougher to carry when you're on the counter-terrorist side.
Well, I think we're seeing, though, that they're clearly not as comfortable here on this map as they were on Nuke. Luke in good position yet again to get some kills, but one's just going to be it. And Leo gets caught on the rotate towards short, so Mayan left alone, basically. Rotation from exit will be there to help out, but yeah, it seems like their answer is let's just push, and then Infinity's prepared for it, and they're starting to bank round after round after round. And obviously, when Sharks do swap to the T side, I would imagine it's just going to be brute force play out of them for the most part. Do you know? Okay, so I'm not even positive on my end. The monster, what that's from?
Nope.
I could be wrong, but I feel like it's the boomer from Left 4 Dead.
Maybe. I don't know. I could not tell you, but I'm sure there's someone in Twitch chat who could tell you. Or maybe Prius. I feel like he'd know something like that. God, why do you have to leave now? Could he use it?
Exit's going to lose that duel. Myron is just hoping he can somehow survive. 35 seconds left to go on the clock, and, well, they're going to Molotov him off. He still manages to get a kill and get away.
Yeah, he's got into the corner. A little bit wary of a push coming from short. JNT's there as well. They're going to be going for that bomb plan. That's an easy frag. Somehow, they managed to hold on once again. Spamsy with just 4 HP, and this guy is just nuts. 3 kills for him again. He is the B-side defense, like him alone at the moment. Everybody else just gets aggressive, dies, like takes pushes, and then he's just chilling on the site going, don't worry, guys, I got this.
It's a challenge for him. It's like, how many kills can I get? How many clutches can I pull off in a game? And his team's helping him. So really, he owes his team a favor.
He was down to 18 HP on the first kill. I don't think he takes a point of damage for the rest of the round.
Well, that still will be 5-4, and Infinity's still going to force up into this round. Knock 10 for Sam. And the 3 SGs compared to, well, a lot of SMGs and a FAMAS. Going to give it to overclassification. I'm going to call it a rifle, to be honest. And Leo's actually been tagged. He's taken a large amount of damage, considering he's done pretty much nothing back to the other team. But, I mean, Infinity seem to have a game plan. Like, I'm respecting this slow play, knowing that Sharks has just been getting aggressive to look for kills, which actually, I think if we really think about it, has not really picked up many rounds for Sharks. If anything, it's been more of a detriment, and they've really had to thank Myron for clutching out, quite a few.
Yeah, the problem is as well when they've gone towards A, I think Infinity have had a much easier time. The AWP was not saved in the previous round, and it was only Mayan's rifle that was kept, so this is going to be a very tough one for them. Luckily, the T's aren't that financially stable, but they definitely have a better buy in this round. CT side have done quite a good job of holding on to utility, though. I think because of the aggression, the T's are actually playing relatively slow, and well, JNT's smoke is probably not going to get used at all. I don't know how he gets away with that. That flashbang is spot on from Leo. Sets up JNT, and now with 24 seconds left, we have the push coming into the site. Cruisin is going to be able to get one, but Leo's still here. This time, he's looking to try and be the star, and JNT is going to be there to close out the round. Honestly, that flash must have been so good, because neither of the players were able to kill him off when he ran through that smoke.
And his rotation back to the truck, too. I was kind of curious why he was going to a teammate instead of holding like another angle. But it actually works out for him, funny enough, because they don't expect a second player to be there so quickly. He's able to help close out the round. But yeah, the push in towards long through the smoke Again, the aggressive plays, but it pays off there, and it gets Infinity on basically the save. Just some deagles, and that was a big amount of damage done to Davies. And Lucan, this should be easy pickings for him. Gets one, gets two. Eventually, you're going to be cleaned up.
Yeah. They're still making this fairly costly. Like, this was the chance for the CT side to finally have a little bit of extra money, but now, with only 3 players alive, even an extra kill here would be enough to make this a hugely successful round. The bomb's still in the spawn, so it doesn't look like that's even part of the T's gameplay. Nice shot from Malbs. This guy's on fire at the moment, and oh, that's so close. Davies is going to be kicking himself that he hasn't been able to get that kill. The man who's 16-6 with probably more than 110 ADR now is going to be left to try and fight this. He may be able to get himself a 1 versus 1. Mayan's position, this is the first time I think we've seen him aggressive at all, and actually he has moved away from the site, so there is a decent chance that Malbs is actually able to get the bomb down here, which would be two kills for him and a bomb plant, but 3 kills total for his team. Or is he going to play the long game? The thing is, if he steps at all, if it makes any noise, it will be heard. Like, Mayan is as close as he could possibly be. Also, he then has to choose where he actually plants the bomb, which, if it's open towards toilets, which I don't know why he would do that, but if it is, then there is a lot of potential, and eventually, I think he might be able to walk the whole way, but that's a big risk, especially now that JNT is actually going to go rotating back to the site. I like the idea, but I don't think there's any chance he gets the bomb down here and actually plants in a perfect position for JNT to kill him off. Even still, 3 kills off the back of just some pistols invested leaves the economy for Sharks
That has to
fairly
be
poor.
It has to be frustrating, though, because little did he know he would have got the plant towards B because of Myron's position.
Yeah,
And then he's
there's
like,
a
oh.
small chance that Mayan would have been able to make the run, but I don't know if he would have done it, just because if it's a fake plant and he dies, then they could lose the round.
But just to have that happen, and then to just be like, oh, I'm going to be sneaky. I'm going to run towards CT spawn, plant the bomb A, because they knew I was at B. And then there's another player there. That's got to hurt. Exit pushes through the smokes. Cruisin will drop him as he pushed the smoke himself. But Leo holding with the SG in a prime position. Just unfortunately, he's caught looking to move away from the spot at the very last moment. And JNT looking for a potential kill. The bomb actually going to be back towards T spawn. And Sam kind of off to his own thing, trying to push out towards the middle of the map. But they do have connector control, so obviously can use that to rotate in. And we've actually not seen any boost ups. I do like how Infinity has been prepared for the boost here so many times. Just a little bit unfortunate that it hasn't happened.
I think the CTs did it once, but there was no one there. So we haven't had any impact from it, but it seems like they are more than aware of it. I like that we're seeing a bit more of a passive situation as well from Sharks, because I think that's where they do actually have an advantage. Like, the aggression isn't really paying off. Whereas if they sit passive and force Infinity to go for an actual execute, it seems like they've just been good enough to hold on to the site. Mayan, once again, he's going to go down. Now, this could be a different story as he's been the main man. Leo will at least be able to keep this into a 3 versus 3. But they don't have much utility for this retake, and Sam has been a little bit sneaky.
Bomb has been planted. Yeah, actually might save the round for his team. Need to pick up the pace a little bit. Davies down to half HP, spots out the first. JNT's gonna fall. They know he's gonna be up here. And you can see Leo, he's trying to watch around 2 different angles. Trying to push the pillar. There's a player there. He's trying to watch upper at the same time. And just somehow, how is he still alive for now? He's looking to pick up the kill. He gets the first and almost takes down Sam, and Infinity just barely clutching out that round off the back of Sam. If he clutched that, I don't know how high I would have screamed. That was so close.
Probably a new octave. Like,
very close. Like, it would have just risen off the what do you measure sound with? Decibels. There you go. High decibels.
Why didn't you do that when Prius was here? He's the true beauty within the production team.
So am I the beast?
Are you just a freak? Here we go. CT side with a bit of, oh, that Molotov. Oh, it's going to start burning them all. They're cooking in the back, and 2 of them are going to go down. Well, that's going to be a nice amount of utility damage. And of course, it's Malbs. Is he going to get a second ace of the match? Don't you ruin this. Let him get the kill. Let him get the kill. There we go. He's doubling down the double ace. How many can he get in a match? 22 kills. Malbs is what we call a hard carry.
Not unlike Hard Legion over in Rotterdam Plain.
Definitely an interesting choice of name.
Yep.
But then again, Jason, I know you've always wanted to be a part of the Hard Legion. I've
been trying to get there. They just keep denying my request.
At the moment, you're just a Silver Hard Club member.
Ooh, spam. He turns around a little bit too soon there, expecting to have already gotten that kill onto Leo. And yet somehow the CT side do come out with the man advantage. And Myron, well, he's the one leading the charge. 2 kills for him. Cruz is going to push straight through the smoke. That's not really going to work. Myron gets his 3rd, and now Sam left alone against 4. Looks like the Sharks should be able to pull off a 7th round. Not too bad considering they haven't really played this map too much. I don't think they played it at all in official since it's the permaban.
Yeah.
And then Infinity's played it once.
Yeah, and lost. It's not like a great map for either of the sides. I will be intrigued to see how the CT side actually goes for Infinity. But can Sam at least make this costly? This may be one of the first cleaner rounds we actually get from Sharks. And of course, it involves mine getting another 4K. So it's not quite an ace, but he has had double 4Ks in this game. And wow, it has been the battle of those 2 players, him and Malbs. I believe Malbs is also 17. If I didn't write the number down wrong in my notebook. Which is possible.
Well, I don't think he's 71.
I didn't write it backwards. I just might have written it down wrong. I will check. Just because sometimes you can't trust yourself.
Oh, that's nade. Actually, doesn't really do that much damage, but look how aggressive he's being. The smoke down, he's able to help cut off a direction towards T-spawn. However, he does get tagged. 6th health trying to escape, and unfortunately for him, he doesn't have the backup there, and he will fall, putting it back to a 4-on-4. Do you have the answer?
They are both 17. So the 2 best players in the server at the moment are both 17 years old, which is kind of awesome.
Doesn't surprise me anymore, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not awesome, but it just doesn't surprise me, just because of how many new talent we've seen come to the scene and be able to make name for themselves.
Yeah, some of the best players in the world, some of the best players on their teams. You got the likes of Zaiwu, Sergey, Brolin.
What if Simple was 17? That'd be crazy. Just think of
he
how
was
much
still
better.
that good when he was 17, though. It's just he didn't, well, at least back then, it was said that he had a lot of attitude problems. But he's definitely got past that, and it's wonderful to see. Mayan is not going to win the battle. In fact, it's Malbs looking to dominate this first half. 24 kills. 134 ADR and looking to close out the half for his team. 8 rounds coming in on the T side would be a pretty big boy performance from Infinity. Maybe the chance for them to get a map. Things haven't been going great for them so far. They lost 2-0 versus Isurus, 2-0 versus Daytona. Maybe this can be their first map onto the board. And I'm not thinking that this is going to go any other way. Nice shots from Leo, though. Okay. They're actually just sticking the defusal. He's going to be going all the way. Does he have enough time? Oh, that would have been so close. But it is going to be Sharks to actually take the half, stealing it right at the end. As Leo. And wow, they're just about going to scrape that one through. He's also, I think, 19 years old. So there's some pretty young players within this Sharks roster. Definitely means that there's promise for the future of this team. But do they have a future in this map? We will see how they're going to cope going on to their T side and if they're going to be able to close things out or if Infinity will have their first map W.
And we're back, everyone. Currently, Sharks do have a 1-0 lead and are up 8-7 at the end of the first half of Overpass.
Lord, no one even hit 10.
Well, one person did, Mobs.
That's
He
mad.
hit it twice.
He is carrying.
He hit it 2.4 times, apparently.
He's got like a little Dora the Explorer backpack, and all of his teammates are like the talking map and all that stuff.
I've never seen the show, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
You ever seen Dora the Explorer?
No.
Actually, wait, you're old. Sorry, I forgot.
I watched Venus and Ferb.
Yeah, no, I've seen that too.
I have standards, okay. Blue's Clues, Venus and Ferb, Magic School Bus. And look at this, Infinity charges straight out through tunnels, trying to get in towards T-spawn. Isaac's using a smoke to protect himself and hopefully force them back. In the meantime, you can see the rest of Sharks deciding to pounce on this A site. Cruisin will be waiting. Yet importantly, he needs to stay alive. They do have a kit on Davies, but the push is coming straight through. They've not even looked at him. They've not even seen him. The flashbang will blind him up eventually, and Davies is going to be here. But they're still getting dinked up. They're still getting gooshed out, and they will eventually lose on all their players on the site. And Sam just always seems to be behind them. It's insane how often he's able to do this.
At the same time, he's in a little bit of trouble. Spamsy gets one, but JNT with a great response. Still going to be into a 2 versus 2, but the bomb is ticking, and the kit is not in the hands of this side. JNT with another and leaves it all onto Sam, who just has 12 HP. Needs an instant kill onto exit, and he's not going to get it. It will be Sharks to kick off with the pistol on their T side, and I think it's going to be a necessity to them to now get themselves rolling. I do still have questions, of course, when it comes to Infinity on this map. Like, we don't know how their CT side is actually going to operate. And I feel like this is one of those maps you can't really blag your way through. Like, even teams like Liquid can struggle with the CT side of this map. We actually saw them lose it to, was it United, I want to say?
United wasn't in the group.
No, wait, they lost it to...
18K. No.
Nope. Singularity. There we go. We got there in the end. We got there in the end. Some of their players used to play for United, so I'm going to say that I was closer.
Okay.
But, yeah. Like, they're just, rushing B again and again. It can definitely be difficult on the defense if you don't have the right synergy, or if the nades aren't quite working, or even if just the momentum swings in your opposition's favor. So, definite possibility still for Sharks on this T side. The boost is going to be in play. Of course, the man they're trying to set up is the man who currently has 130 ADR, 24 kills. Has been smashing it so far. Lucan has a Molotov. I would love to see that go into the corner, but I very much doubt it. We already saw Malbs manage to get 2 kills off the back of one of these nades. See, now Exit, when he picks this corner, there should be at least one player watching him. And there will be. He's done some damage. Gonna have to try and hit the USP shots himself, and while will eventually fall, it's Cruisin who manages just a pick, and then will fall. However, the CT side were just decoing. We can expect to buy into this round.
I actually wouldn't be surprised to see Sharks just keep the pace up, to be honest. Looking at how they played Nuke, the only thing that I could imagine would prevent them from doing that is their less of a familiarity with a map like this compared to Nuke. If anything, the slow pace, I think, will be determined on, them not feeling too confident. They're not feeling too comfortable on the map they like to permaban. But we'll see here. First bat comes in out of Infinity. They do have the M4s and a lot of utility to support this. Nice at looking to give them short control already, and we can already see, look at how Infinity have 4-man stack towards the A site initially with 2 players towards Connector, 2 over towards Birthday Party. We'll be Drunky here to hold the Connector position, and I actually like this boost a lot. I just don't know if it's going to net them a kill. Them falling down, they're eventually going to know. And Mayor, it's going to be the one to actually pay the price for it.
Even still, though, a trade off the back of the Mag-10 is not bad, and there's still a chance for them to get the upgrade. There's actually 3 players in the Connector at the moment, and this could leave them in some trouble when it comes to a B-site take, because that's where the push is going to be coming in. I like the fact that Cruisin is just trying to stay alive. He doesn't really need to fight this. Sure, they don't have a kit, but that kill is going to be so impactful. It gives them the start. And what will now be the retake, they don't have a kit. They don't have much utility. It's going to be the double nade thrown into the site, but it won't do too much damage. Now we have to see some kills coming in, and I wonder if there'll be a wraparound to get that short control back. Peek out from Leo does a lot of damage, but he takes the same in return and actually falls, and the man advantage is going to be kept. It's left all onto Lucan, but it's now into the 1 versus 1. Sam, low on HP with only 16, is going to be peeking, and he's going to win the duel as well. The question is, does he have time? And no, he doesn't. No kit available in this round, and he's just going to have to run away and get away from that bomb.
No, he'll survive, and well, Sharks will still have a decent amount of money to spend, though they lost a lot of their economy in that round, losing all 5 players. But still going to be satisfied taking the round either way. Still very close, and again, these boost ups, these risky plays out of Infinity on the defense. It's been able to net them like some pretty decent kills. It's actually kind of a shame it hasn't been more of an impact than we've already seen. But they do have Sam with the M4, the lone weapon on their side. Even J&T on the MAC-10 looking to make some money.
Well, it's unfortunate, really, that I think this is the first series we've actually seen Sam be relatively quiet. And when Malm's been performing so well, it is unfortunate that he hasn't been able to do so much. Rifle upgrade already for J&T, and the rotation from the CTs is going to move their stack away from the B site. But as of yet, Sharks aren't really going to be dedicating themselves in either direction. They're playing this one relatively slow, clearing some of the angles with Molotovs. And looks like the CT side are actually going to opt to double up into long. Now, this spot normally gets you 1, but with Malbs in the corner playing anti-flash, there is a possibility that maybe they could get a little bit more, or at least be in a good position for a retake if they don't go through long.
Let's see, J&T has not a lot of health, so if he does peek the corner, I would assume he's going to die. And they're actually going to push into him while he's looking down, trying to line up a smoke. He's going to fall. Gun going to be rescued. Meyer not able to get the kill back, though, unfortunately, but that does let them know, hey, maybe the B site is the direction we want to go since they spotted 2 players out towards long. Cruising. He's going to have a tough time here to potentially hold on to this. Molotov's being thrown in. He's being flanked in from Monster as well. But somehow, actually, the T-side's taking a ton of damage here, Mine and Leo. Still, they get the kills, they take the site, and it's just going to be Mobs with the Deagle and Davies with the M4 left.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, they should have a buy in the next round anyway for the CT side, so may just opt to try and do a bit of damage here. The T's don't really need to fight this, though. They can just sit back, focus more on holding onto their weapons. Of course, removing the rifle would be nice. Removing the Deagle is kind of pointless. It doesn't really benefit them at all. You know the Malms is going to buy up into the next round anyway. However, at least for now, he has gone a little bit quiet. Obviously, we haven't had too many rounds, at least with rifles in their hands, so hopefully we'll see a step up from him. But that's my only real worry, is if he runs out of steam, there has been very little else for Infinity in this matchup so far.
Well, 12-7. Infinity starting to be on the back foot here in the series. They still have Mirage to come up as a 3rd map if we can get there. But with the way Infinity, I guess, are playing the CT side so far, maybe there's a chance we won't have that map actually happen. I do respect, though, how Sam's been actually doing for these like really aggressive plays. But the downside, look at that last round, was he was the only one with a gun. And he went by himself towards middle. I feel like you need to maybe support that a little bit more. Maybe try to pick up the weapon if he does die, give it to someone else. But also, maybe I'm just nitpicking a little bit too much here. Lucan, look at that pace. He wants to take short right away. There's no way they're going to expect him to already be here.
It seems CTs may not have realized the cross, and that could definitely be a problem for them. Spam going to be coming through, but Mayan is more the bait in this scenario. They only do a small amount of damage, and with 3 players on the CT side here, they don't really need to be too aggro. They can just wait, try and force an execution. I think that's what they need to be doing, really. Try and get Sharks to actually have to use their nades to get themselves into a site. Handing away early picks to them is just going to make a lot of these rounds a lot easier. Malbs, getting ready to take the fight. He's going to win it at that alongside his teammate. And Davies on the boost spot. Again, gets tagged, but is going to be surviving. Leo eventually will get the first kill onto the board for the T side, but this round is looking nigh on over. In fact, the bomb's actually moving back towards the spawn, so it's looking like the T's might actually be going for a save here. And with their current money situation, it's understandable. Leo going down may not be the end of the world, as J&T should be able to drop him a gun, but even still, he needs to save it. And after that, the buy may not be ideal.
All right, so Infinity's going to hold on. 8th round now on the board. The first of the CT half. J&T with the op save, though I wonder if they're actually going to force around it. Maybe look at it as a solo play. Haven't really seen them try to use the op too much. I'm trying to think, did they even use it at all on the CT side?
I can't remember it.
Yeah. All right, so the force comes in. Lucan going to be on the Deagle. But again, we know what he can do if you missed out on the games yesterday. We missed out on a couple of crazy shots out of him. And we do have Sam on the op on the CT side. So J&T maybe looking to challenge out against this. I think it's going to be hard to predict where Infinity are going to be playing from, though, because, well, Sharks haven't really gathered a lot of information across these T rounds necessarily. Hell, I don't know where Infinity's even going to plan to hold, because they've been just doing so many weird things by, you know, sending a few players along, 4 players towards A with 2 in middle and 2 down connector. Let's see, Sam is looking for an opportunity again. I think he's trying to be the playmaker for his team.
Yeah, no surprises that the Opera is going to be the one trying to get that little bit aggressive, but I still think that forcing them to execute is not a bad idea. It's a map they don't play too much. Boo's going to be coming in. Nice shot as well. J&T gone within a second. At least the gun will fall into his teammate's hands. The AWP now into the Lucan. He is actually going to be able to find the aggression. Good support from Cruzen to keep the Orpa alive. 40 seconds left as the bomb starts to rotate its way through long. You can see the CT side are repositioning, getting themselves into the corner. Gonna make this push very difficult. I think Mayan's trying to almost use the smoke to check if there's anybody in the left-hand corner. There isn't, but there is an Orpa on the site, which he isn't going to check. And now just running out of time, Sam seems to have awoken, stepped up into this round. Very little time for Exit to do too much, as he's got multiple players to look at and only 12 seconds to get all these remaining kills. Molotov even going to go down, just trying to bait them in with a fake plant. And Infinity are going to keep 3 alive and get themselves back into contention.
Well, Sam will get a triple, much needed triple too. Really putting his foot down in the server when it comes to opping. That first shot as well, to kind of expect anyone to be boosted, or to be boosted up in that spot. Great little mind game out of him to realize it and to expect it and to get the kill, more importantly. And even Meyer catching him on the push towards long, watching that hard angle. And now Shark's going to be on the P250s. I think it's just going to rush straight up middle. I mean, they might catch Sam off. Down to about half HP. Spam's there to help him out. Sam's allowed to re-peek, but eventually will fall. And that's actually 2 kills coming through, so there might be a realistic possibility here that Sharks can still take this round. They do halt the aggression, as Davies has rotated back towards the A site. But Infinity are looking to take a lot of ground, get a lot of information. Cruising in connector. You have mobs potentially flanking around back towards T-spawn. And Sharks are slightly aware. You can see Exit watching the back flank.
Well, that's the thing. The T-side are clearly looking for aggression. That's what they're hoping for. But the other side have now taken their map control already and are just waiting patiently. If they can get this kill onto Davies, they have a chance, but he's just playing so passively, and there will be a fast rotation coming in, which they may not necessarily expect. The placement of this one smoke as well could be everything. If they smoke off bank, then surely they have a plant. Actually just going to throw it close, which doesn't really help them too much. And now we can have this retake begin. The CT side with so much utility, and Exit just trying to get that a little bit closer, just around the corner, give himself a chance, but Malbs is going to decapitate him within the first few seconds of this retake. Lucan now hoping he can gather some control back, and just look at the rotation out from Leo. He's trying to set himself up to have a chance to deny this. Lucan, though, 2 big kills. Malbs trying to do something here, but he's already been tagged up, and Luca gonna close this on his own. He bought a P250 into this round, and he closes it with 3 kills.
Well done by him, too. The position he was in, with his teammate taking so long to flank around, like, it doesn't get harder than that. Having to watch 2 of those different angles and to be able to hit that first long-range shot and just flick to the next player, and then to stay alive to allow the rotate to still come through. Well done. He's up to 18 kills, second highest of his team, and well, now Sharks are up 13-9, and if Infinity lose this round, I'm not sure they're gonna have the money into the next. Myron is gonna be the one to push up short. Be very careful of Connector though. Spam's gonna be here once again. Spamsy's gonna take a little bit of early damage from that grenade, but Myron has the opportunity. The problem is Davies is gonna be there, and he has an op. They have 2 ops in the side of Infinity. A major investment.
Yeah, they've invested heavily into that setup, and the T's losing the early man. Could be a problem for them. They're actually going to go rotating all the way back through spawn, so it's going to take them a lot of time to clear these angles. And with 55 seconds left on the clock, they're going to start making their way through long. Now, this could work in their favor just because of the positions currently being taken by the CT side. So aggressive that we'll give them some space. Smoke's actually already been thrown down from a distance, which I think they might be using that just as a fake. Like, okay, throw this in now. Don't run in that direction. Now they start throwing nades in on the other side of the map and try and bait a rotation, but it hasn't worked. Well, in a sense, Sam realizes it might be long, but actually peeks out looking for info and gets shot instead. However, Spamsy still in a great position, but he shoots a little bit early, and that's going to give away the game. Now the T's can try and go for a safer plant, but he's dropped the bomb. 10 seconds left. There's going to be a scramble for the T side to get this back, and instead they've fallen. The bomb won't be retrieved, and they just have to try and save these remaining guns.
Who would have thought the MP9 was going to be what saved the round for Infinity, especially with that? I think the fake was well executed. It actually threw Spamsy in towards Connector, and then he realized, well, it's actually not coming towards B. He rotates back towards A, and even with giving his position up, taking on the planner, wins them the round, and a much needed round 2. Look what they still have in this. Even though they won the last round, they have 1 SMG, the 2 FAMASas, 1 M4, and an op. But Sharks, I think they're looking to potentially barrel in. They're setting up some smokes, some flashes, and preferably some Molotovs here to clear out, at least towards the barrels. We haven't seen that aggressive style out of them too much on the T half like we saw on Nuke. Again, different map.
I'd like to see it.
I just don't know if they can do it as well on Nuke, or as they did on Nuke, because this map might be a little bit too alien for them.
Yeah, but that's why I think they should, because it's alien for their opponents as well. So I think a brute force play, a lot of that just comes down to team synergy. As long as you know what angles you're checking, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. If you have a Molotov for barrels, which is as basic as it gets, stop that angle being too much of a threat, and then all they have to do is trade effectively, which is something that Sharks seem to be very good at. And well, there you go. First entry into the site. Already the trade's successful. They've left the bomb behind, however, which is definitely a bit of a mistake. They've got pretty much the site under their control, although I say that, it takes them a while to kill off Davies. But, well, the site is not so valuable when you don't have a bomb to plant. It's definitely a mistake. Wouldn't have mattered. The bomb wouldn't have gone down there anyway, just because of Spamsy's position. And while Exit is finally going to retrieve this, and this might have turned into quite an elaborate fake, an unintentional one at that. The only problem is there's still a man in heaven. So running all the way, or even just taking too long, could give the inkling over to the opposing side. There is going to be a man here. Lucan, I think, was spotted, and Sam is going to be able to take that kill. And that should be the moment he realizes that this is going to be a plant in the other direction. Exit left. In a 1 versus 2, he's going to fall back and try and hold this. Now, they don't actually have any utility to force him out, so that could be the one saving grace for him. The problem, though, he's got a massive disadvantage when it comes to health.
Well, time's being taken for Infinity to get on the site, trying to check these angles. I'd imagine Sam's going to have a relatively easy time hitting that shot, and Well, you know what, Sharks? You leave the bomb and spawn, and, well, you kind of deserve that. You're going to lose the round here, and Infinity going to get a little bit lucky, I'd say.
Yeah, you could definitely say that. I think that was a bit of a stupid play from
The thing is, I saw it
Sharks.
happening too, and I was like, no way they're actually just going to leave the bomb there. And they start walking aside. I'm like, no way they're actually still going to leave the bomb there. And then they're in sight, and I said to myself,
They left the bomb there. Pretends to be shocked.
to be sharked?
Shocked.
Oh.
Well, tactical pause. We might need to send them that G2 video about defusing the bomb and see if they can make a rework of it about taking the bomb with you. They need Amanek to teach them about the bomb.
What, I dropped the bomb? No. You grabbed the bomb. I grabbed the AK. No, don't do that.
Ooh, what is this buy? An MP7. Is Leo gonna have a P250? Is that the plan? Nope, he's been dropped an SG. Well, this is an interesting one.
Well, I mean, the economy would be broken if they can win it.
If. Sam has definitely had a resurgence in the second half. Not really that surprising for an Orpa to play better on the defensive side of a map. Able to station himself up, be a little bit more surprising with some of the peaks he's going to be taking. Lots of noise currently being made by Mayan as well, who, on the other side of things, has actually slowed down. Really trying to get forward with this MP7. Leo, that's an important kill to get, though. Now he can look to try and split this AWP up, but the kill still comes in for Sam. He's just killing it at the moment. Even going to finish off the round with a quad kill. A big play out of the Colombian, and finally we see him performing like he should. And now the distance down to just one round.
Tom, why do you challenge an opera one at a time? That was just straight greed. The flank around out of Leo.
I suppose it's like a bull to a red cloth. Like, you want that frag? Surely you can't hit all the shots, right? That's what people say. It's like, surely I won't get hit by the ball. Well,
They did. They might have actually just thrown this map away too, because Infinity's gonna get the equalizer here at 13. Sharks should put a bye in the next round, but it's starting to slip away from them. I guess the only upside is that when they start winning again, and Infinity's economy won't be really set in stone.
depends how clean this round is. This could be the chance to really build it up.
Yeah.
Exit. He's going to be able to get one kill, but Sam has just not been missing. Leo, he has got quite an aggressive position. I don't think he's going to be expected and just make sure he gets the kill. Got to try and make this as damaging as possible.
Oh, if he...
Ooh.
He
Not going to be
holds that
happening.
angle a little longer, like 1 second longer.
The 30 bomb for Malbs. Took him a while to get there after I think he had 24 kills in the first half. Definitely slowed down a bit, but luckily it seems like Sam has picked up the slack. Now we get the buyback onto both sides once again. The Sharks, majority of SGs. We'll have exit. Sticking with the trusty AK-47. Looking like we might get a bit more of a default round once again. Just checking for any aggression coming out. Sam will be attempting just that. Seems like we've seen Mayan slow down quite a bit. Luke cannot have the same sort of clutch play we've had from him before. Just an overall slowdown for the whole of Sharks, and Lucan has to be very careful. The boost currently in play for Spamsy. You almost feel like he's going to walk in. The drop will be heard, probably for both sides. T's looking like they might just try and push this, but the smoke is going to be going down, and they're going to opt to hold behind it. Still have a minute left to play with.
Oh, nade stack back towards Toxic. Catches Davies out for a little bit of HP, just about 15. Now I know that's going to be 2 players at least over towards the B side. 45 seconds left to go, and Sharks are going to have to make the decision momentarily. They still have a couple of smokes, a couple of flashes to use, but you look on the CT side, Infinity are looking good. Maybe JNT can open things up if he can just drop Sam. Or cruising, but he'll be the one to fall, and another push has to come through here. Sharks trying to charge into the B site. Bob's completely blinded up, and Myron is finally able to get some kills here, as Lucan's going to be there to support as well, and they do have the site. They will get the bomb down. But can they hold it? Sam has just been on fire in these last rounds. An exit, not even a chance. Being burned, naded, and shot with a bullet. And now Lucan against 2.
Oh, this would have to be very impressive for him to get both kills in this scenario. He has managed to lurk his way into the corner. They may not necessarily expect him to be here. Gonna get the first one to Sam, and the second as well for Lucan. Again, he steps up big. I'm pretty sure the opposite of everything I said at the beginning of the round just happened, that we haven't seen many kills from Ryan and we haven't seen the clutch plays from Lucan. Of course, they both happen within 1 round, and a 14th now onto the board for this side. And those 2 kills that they managed to get with the Deagles in the previous could actually prove critical.
Well, I mean, you see, if Infinity buy here and lose, then that's probably the game. If they don't buy here and lose, then they can force up, but then they have to try to hope for overtime. It's a very tough decision. I think that's why the timeout's coming in, just to discuss this one. Look at Mob's 30 kills, 101 ADR.
And losing.
That has to be frustrating.
Yeah, 17 years old, though. Both him and Mayan, people to watch within the South American scene. That would be cool to see, like, so obviously the first proper crossover is this Shark side, but I think if one of them eventually gets into like MIBR, I think that'd be awesome. I'd have a non-Brazilian player make it to be so good that they go, okay, we can't ignore it anymore.
There we go. Round 28. Very aggressive stance out of Infinity yet again in towards Connector. The A side's actually going to be left completely open, so quite a gamble for Infinity. I guess with no early presence, they're just going to back away. And if you're Sharks here, I kind of wonder, where would they want to hit? Do they have a good idea of the economy out of Infinity and what kind of weapons they'd have in this round? They have to almost hope that they don't have money to buy Salmon Op, and as we can see, luckily he does not have one for the Shark side. Having JNT be the one to push up here with the sit to the flashbang, that's really risky.
I don't think they're expecting them to be this aggressive. It's been relatively passive holds, except maybe Sam with the AWP. This could catch out the opposition. They're going to be pushing forward. Early kill goes their way, and Lucan again is going to get an impactful double. There's still another man they have to watch out for, though. Davies playing on the side, dinks his opposition, but he can't finish his dinner. He is eventually going to be Malbs to get the kill with the nade. They've got a bit of a stack now on the A sites. The full rotation has come in. JNT, I thought he was about to push that on his own. Finally, his teammates will arrive. The bomb has to make its way to the site. JNT going to be leading the way. He's going to lose the battle. Nice trade, at least from Lucan on the AWP. Still yet to get that bomb down, which is something they need to do. Eventually will. Cruising as well is just going to match up with his teammate and exit. Oh, he looks away. Doesn't actually see, I think, either player crossing through. Think going to be coming in, but he gets the kill and the second as well. 15 now on the board for Sharks, but damn was it close. Infinity really fighting tooth and nail in these last few rounds. The problem is now, though, as you mentioned, money becomes a big problem for the CT side, as that was everything they had. That was all their cash put in at once. He had 8 HP when he hit that shot.
Oh, he's been relatively quiet for his team, bottom fragging, but I guess those 2 kills at the end, you wouldn't think that anymore. Infinity, just pistols. 1 FAMAS for Sam. Utility's lacking, only 1 kit. It's looking grim for the CT side. Iron, well, he's gonna fall actually to Spamsy, but again, JNT there on the return. Done that quite a few times now in the last few rounds, and gets him actually completely blind. Sam, though, able to close that out. The bomb's making its way towards A, and you can see they want this plant right away. Are they going to plant towards CT side, or are they going to plant in the smoke is my question. An exit lurking over towards B. Well, if he knew what we know, he should be able to push this extremely quickly. All 4 players at Infinity could be lurking around mid.
They're going to go B. This could be a bamboozle and a half. Because all the players are currently wrapping around Banana. If they're quick enough, they can just walk onto this B site and they will have a free plant on that side of the map with the CT side not really anywhere near the action. Sure, they'll be able to rotate from above, but it's all just going to come down to timing. The Ts will also have a lot of upper control, but it's just whether or not the player who actually remains in that position is able to get the kills. A little bit wary for Graffiti still, as they haven't been able to check that angle just yet. But the bomb is going to be planted on the B site. Wrap around coming in. They've got to be careful of so many angles in this scenario. And even if the CT site can just trade effectively, then they'll have this one dead to rights. Peek come through. Leo, he's going to be able to get one. The second comes in as well, and nice work from Leo. He gets the 2 kills needed. It's left all onto Sam. They know exactly where he is. Lucan just waiting, and they're going to close out this map. A very, very close one with chances for both teams. But once again, Sharks show their resilience. They show their clutch play when it's needed. I think Leo making some big impact in this matchup towards